Hello everybody, welcome back to Meier Paul TV, as we know it as MP TV. Gives me great pleasure to welcome our guest today, Susie Sengali from Bambrick Legal. Hello Susie, how are you?
Hi Judy, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So, for the purposes of our viewers and audiences out there, exactly what happens with probate, I know, but what do you do?
Sure.
You give all of our information to you as our legal
So what we do
person.
as practitioners, we do as much or as little as you want us to do. I always say to my clients, the more work you do, the less you're going to pay me to do. So what we need to do is to apply for a grant of probate or letters of administration, it's essentially the same. We need to record all of the assets and liabilities of the deceased as at the date of death.
Yes.
So that's the first thing we do, is we try and gather all of that information. And again, if an executor or a beneficiary is quite involved with the deceased person's life, they've usually got a lot of that information. Once we've gathered all of the assets and liabilities, the application is a series of documents that we put into the probate registry, which is under the Supreme Court.
Yep.
And then it's subject to the scrutinisation of the probate registrar, who then goes through all of the documents, and they double and triple check addresses, bank accounts, etc., etc. It's quite a long process sometimes.
And very thorough.
Very thorough. It's not uncommon to have an application for probate rejected.
Yes.
Even as experienced practitioners, when you say thorough, we've had them rejected on the basis of a full stop missing. So it's really quite complex, yet sounds so straightforward. So to have a practitioner experienced, you've got a better chance of getting probate granted pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
So once probate's granted, then as an executor, there's a whole heap of rules again. This isn't probably the time to go through all of that.
No, it's fine.
I can talk about this for about 3 or 4 hours, but there's a whole heap of stuff around that. And again, an experienced practitioner will certainly guide you through that. And again, the more work you do, the less we do.
Yeah, so that's the good thing about having all your information and doing all the research before you actually go to the lawyer and expecting them to actually then get probate for you.
Correct.
Yes.
And it's not uncommon for us to have people coming in going, I don't even know where to start looking.
Yeah.
So then we'll give them a list of the sorts of things to look for.
Yep.
At the moment I've got an estate on my books, which I'm doing the whole thing from beginning to end, because the executor, or the person who passed away, passed intestate, his brother is making an application for letters of administration, but lives interstate. Had very little to do with his brother before he passed. So, can you please do everything? And that's what we're doing.
Well, I'll go on from there. Obviously, as I'm the perfect age for the baby boomer generation, and I've had several wills in my life, as I have now had my mother pass away this year, and we have had to go through probate. Is it time for me to do another will?
It's not a case of time to do another will. There are trigger events that suggest you should review your wills.
Yes.
We tell all of our clients, review them every 2 years.
Oh, really?
Pull them out, have a look at them, and make sure they're still doing what you want them to do. Are they still going to the right person? Do you still like that person? Is there someone that you've named in your will that you just don't want to have anything more to do with? Are your executors, your named executors, still with us? So if somebody...
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is that person still alive? Does that person still have capacity? That's another real big one. Does that person sort of go, oh, look, this is all going to be too hard, I don't want anything, so they've had a conversation with you around that? So the trigger events for us are a death of an executor or a beneficiary, changing or selling assets and buying assets. It's time for review. If you've changed your address, have a look at it. That's not the trigger that's going to make you want to change it. Births of babies along the way,
grandchildren,
children, separation, marriages. There's all of those things that could trigger an event that makes you go, gee, I better have another look at my will. Oh God, the ex-wife is still in there. We don't want her involved at all. Or, this child of mine is now on the wrong side of the law, messing around with illicit drugs or whatever, and I don't want to give that child anything. Or this child needs a lot more because of something that's happened in his or her life. So I want to leave a little bit more to that particular person. So there's a whole heap of reasons why you should look at it as a minimum.
Thank you so much, Susie. That was absolutely amazing, really interesting, and I will get you to come back and we'll just continue our discussion further.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.